Hey vendors, I'm excited to talk about a product once again for the 3000 GT and Dodge Stealth platforms. In this case, this is designed to replace your brakes on your twin turbo cars, your all-wheel drive cars, VR4, Dodge Stealth RT Turbo. We wanted a brake kit that was going to still perform very well, use off-the-shelf parts for the most part. All the wear items needed to be something that you could order that did not specifically involve Mitsubishi or Dodge or anything like that. And we also wanted it to be lighter than the stock brakes and also lighter than a lot of the other race brake kits out there. We also wanted it to be compact and fit behind a lot of wheels. This is primarily designed to be a drag racing setup, and that's kind of also from the standpoint that this is a race kit. Okay, and so we need to come about and say that, anything you do with this brakes is up to you, but we drive it on our street car, on drag and drive events. We've had absolutely zero problems with that. We pull a little trailer with it too. Previously, we ran a 332 by 32 or 28 Stop Tech 4-piston ST40 base kit, and that was a great kit. I ran that kit for 10 years or more, same set of rotors, went through maybe, I don't think we went through a set of pads. Although that was probably like 20,000 miles, so we don't drive this car a whole lot outside of going to race events and car shows and just driving on back roads and things like that. But that kit, we were looking to save a little bit of weight over that. So that kit is a pretty large kit. It's got full floating rotors. It has dynamic mounting on the rotor situation. They're basically designed to be a bigger upgrade, absorb more heat capacity than the OEM brakes. And also they do use an off-the-shelf ST40 type caliper and some type of Porsche pad that uses, so you'll always be able to get pads for that. So that's a really good kit. We do offer Stop Tech on our site, all the way from 4-piston 13-inch type of setups all the way up to 6-piston 14, 15-inch setups. You want something huge, you want something with the rear brakes, you can kind of do everything if you really want to. For the driving that we put our Stealth under, we don't road course. We don't even really autocross it, although you sure could. But for a really high-speed road course, the Stop Tech kits, things like that, are probably the way to go due to the dynamic mounting, the additional rotor mass, and also they have a bigger brake pad so that you're not going to wear your pads out quite as fast. The consumables will just go a little bit further. This kit here, though, is a Wilwood brace kits. We've worked with Anti-Lag Racing. We have these fully machined billet hats. This does utilize a static mount for the rotor ring. So we have our rotor ring here. In this incarnation of the kit, this is an 11 3/4 inch rotor. The stock second generation twin turbo brakes are about 11.9 in that neighborhood. So it's basically an equivalent rotor to that. They may be a little bit narrower, but these are a vented rotor. This is not an extreme lightweight rotor. Those options are available. You can go all the way to the scalloped rotors. You can go non-vented. You can get them really, really, really light. But we wanted a rotor that I felt comfortable driving on the street with, something that could handle a lot of repeated braking and things like that without tremendously overheating. So basically, due to these rotor hats that are machined for our cars, you can run a Wilwood rotor here. And these rotors are incredibly affordable. This is basically the price of what an aftermarket replacement rotor would be for the 3000 GT or Stealth. I think, time of this video, the pricing on these rotors is about $120 retail per side. So that's pretty affordable because this you never have to replace. Provided you treat this properly and you don't over torque the bolts and you use decent procedures putting this together, you'll never have to replace that. So basically, your bolt kit, we supply genuine Wilwood products for the bolt kit. These bolts also have provisions for safety wire, which I highly recommend you get. That's the one thing that doesn't come in this kit. We do not include safety wire in this kit because we'd have to then decide if we want to send pliers with it, things of that nature. And we want you to safety wire your own things if you do that, just from a liability perspective. But what we do is we actually put the bolt through here. You can see this static direct mount for this hub, and use some red Loctite if you want. And you can also safety wire each individual bolt set to it. That's what we did on the shop board. And so I want to be confident that this hat is not coming loose from this rotor ring, and that is the only way you can really be sure that that's going to happen. This rotor is designed with some expansion features here. So basically, as this tries to grow, since this is a static mount, this does have some provisions for accepting growth. But again, if you're really aggressively road coursing your car, you may want a dynamic mount for your rotor kit here, which StopTech provides in their kits. But to note, the factory setup is not dynamically mounted. It does not have fasteners to hold the hat to the rotor ring, and there actually have been a lot of cases of the factory second generation type ring. The rotor ring will separate from the hub because it's designed with a weak cast area there that actually breaks right off. So again, you can debate the differences between static and dynamic mounts all day. Choose what you want. We feel this works great. This works great for our intended purpose on this car. This whole kit, we include all genuine Wilwood parts except for the parts that are needing to be machined. So basically, this is your caliper bracket. So we run a Dynalite 4-piston Wilwood caliper. See here, beautiful piece here, and this mounts up. Our technical drawing describes it, but basically you end up putting this together like this, and you can see this actually goes through the knuckle on the car. I think I think that's the correct orientation. If you look at our included instructions, you can make sure that you got that in the correct orientation. This does include Nord-Lock washers, which I'll show you here in a second what those are about. See here, the diagram shows you how to put this together. So these actually have Nord-Locks, which is this 2-piece washer system. It's really kind of one of the best mechanical anti-vibration loosening systems you can set up on these. And these do too. It's just we're waiting on a couple to come in the mail. We got a package of them being shipped. So that will have Nord-Lock with your kit. And then you also have the big bolt. That will mount that to your 3000 GT or Dodge Stealth knuckle. And you will have your rotor basically like on that, pretending this is the outside where the wheel is at, and this will mount to your knuckle just like that. And so once you've got this bracket purchased with your kit, you ever have a problem with this caliper, it's an off-the-shelf Wilwood part. Very easy to replace. This is also something that a lot of racers are going to be running, so if you're at an event somewhere, you can get parts. The other good thing is we elected to go with a caliper that has dust seals on the pistons, and so you don't have to worry so much about corrosion and things entering the piston and ruining this. So this is genuinely, a long-lasting kit here. It's not something you're gonna have to take these pistons out every year and try to clean them up and stuff of that nature. So this kit, everything you need to put this on your car, except the safety wire. Caliper, we have our knuckle, steering knuckle adapter to the caliper. We have 2 of your rotor rings here. We have the genuine Wilwood bolts. Also have bolts for your knuckle, Nord-Lock washers. We have bolts to attach your caliper to this adapter, and Nord-Lock washers. We include some Street Edition Wilwood pads, although you're welcome to upgrade those at some point. We include your rotor rings, genuine Spec 37 Wilwood rotor rings. We do also offer, for a little additional fee, you can get slotted rings. I don't always recommend the drilled ones because they have more of a tendency to crack depending on their usage, but this slot might help you out a little bit, keeping your pads fresh and also letting a little bit of gases out and things like that. Additionally, this comes with stainless brake lines and adapters that you need to hook this up from the caliper to your car. And so this is really something you ought to be able to put in maybe a day. First time you do safety wire, it could take a little while, but this is extremely simple. It's not tremendously more difficult than just changing calipers or brakes on any car. And besides purchasing your safety wire, you'll be able to have everything you need to do this in your house. Get some brake fluid, get it going. I'm really happy with this kit and the price point that we're able to get this at. You'll have to check the website for current pricing, but it's under $1,400 as the time of this video. It's really tough to get a big brake kit at that kind of rate. In fact, anymore, it's getting difficult to completely overhaul your stock brakes for that. If you get rotors from StopTech, and you get your calipers rebuilt, and you get new pads and new lines and things like that. You know, you could have $600, $700, $800 in the front brakes alone trying to do all that. And so for a little bit more, you can get, you know, this proven setup that's going to get you away from Mitsubishi specific parts. And I know that probably a lot of people don't think that way, but that's the way we think about it around here. Anything specifically Mitsubishi, we're trying to get manufactured again, like the gears we do for the transmissions. But anything that can be replaced with an off-the-shelf racing or street component is just something we want to do because, you know, Anti-Lag Racing makes these, right? So you do have to get that from us, but you're not going to have to get this again. And if your Wilwood caliper ever gives you a hard time, you know, there'll be rebuild kits out there for it. But you can buy an entire new caliper, and you know, they're always going to manufacture this caliper because it fits all kinds of different solutions. Same things with the pads. We've had pads, rotors, huge back orders this year trying to get Stop Tech components, and EBC stuff's all special order now. You cannot hardly even get second gen rotors for the 3000 GT or Stealth for the turbo cars. And to me, this is the solution going forward. You know, do a little bit of investment, and a lot of that's a one-time investment. And now look, you can get these new pads here, 60, 70 bucks. So that's the time of this video right now. But your pads are basically the same price as going to AutoZone and getting a decent set of pads. Your rotors, same thing, basically the same price as going to AutoZone and get a decent set of rotors. You know, not that you'll be chewing these up all the time, and we got set on the car here. We did a couple days on our drag and drive event. We were stopping, you know, from 130 plus on the drag strip, towing a little trailer, going up and down hills. Brake pedal felt awesome. I would say in general, this is a superior kit to the OEM setup, even when you don't start factoring in the extras. Like, you can fit almost any wheel you want now. We put a little post on our Instagram the other day. Maybe I'll do a little picture-in-picture on this video, but we have a customer that they're trying to go to turbo brakes because they have a turbocharged NA car, front-wheel drive based car, and the stock caliper is so huge, his wheels he has won't even fit. Even if he ran like a 3/4 inch spacer, it still wouldn't fit. So you're talking about getting new wheels. That's expensive, and he's already got brand new tires, doesn't want to get rid of that. These fit though. So this caliper is so compact and so close to the knuckle and things, you can put wheels that were designed for an NA on there for the most part. So it opens up vastly the amount of wheels you can get. It makes it so you can get easy replaceable parts, easy serviceable parts, and it's still a very high quality kit and drives great. I really don't know, you know, what else you can ask for at the price point. If you want a $3,000 to $4,000 brake kit, we can supply that too. But if you don't have that kind of money, or you don't need something that complicated, I think this is a great kit. It took 20 pounds off of our shop car going from the Stop Tech 13-inch kit to these, and I think the Stop Tech kit was just a little bit lighter in stock already. So you're looking at an easy 20-pound weight saving just on the front. We are working on a rear kit too, but I think this is a great way to go. We are starting to ship these. There's going to be a little bit of lead time for a while until we get some inventory built up, but if you want to get these and get some revenge on your front brakes, go to revengeperformance.com, 3000 GT Stealth, and go to brake system. Revenge Performance is the place to get the parts and the advice to help right the wrongs on your vehicle. We partner with the industry leaders in parts distribution and warehousing to get you the best possible prices, the widest selection of parts, and the fastest shipping. With our real-time inventory on our website, if we say we have it in stock, it's ready to ship, from us or from our many national distribution partners. With hundreds of thousands of parts available, I guarantee you can get revenge on your ride.